Greetings and welcome back once again to Keeper Roguelike and to Alpha 16, where we are going to be embarking on a new adventure with a new keeper. This time we are going to be going with... no, not you. Good name, I was almost tempted. We're going to be going with Steejo. I am hoping that Steejo is going to be able to channel all of his undapper ways and efficiency into ensuring that we're going to be able to make it through this one and emerge victorious over the forces of good. We'll leave the level generation seed as random this time, and hopefully we will get something a little bit different from our last dungeon, or rather last overworld. I will endeavour to try and explore it a little bit more actively this time. Once we've got the very basics of a dungeon setup, I'll send out, even if I have to, just some imps just to look around the world and get the lay of the land, find out where all of the different forces exist, and perhaps check out some of the unique enemies. Wow, that's a lot of ore. My lord, this already looks good. Right, Steejo, I would like to control you. We need to have a poke around, see what this place is like, because it looks very interesting. What have we got over here? Okay, this is the corner in this side. Alright, well, that's all I need to see on that side. I just want to get an idea of where the walls are so that I can build my dungeon with that in mind, so I'm not likely to immediately emerge on the other side of a very small mountain. Ooh, got a bridge over here. That's possible sign of danger. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe not in this instance. Okay, well, a couple of little nooks and crannies around the place. How bizarre. I've not seen something like this before. It's going to be an interesting one to play on, I think. I'm glad I didn't decide to try and burrow through that mountain, because that would have been a very, very small dungeon. Okay, right. Well, we've got an idea of where we can start. We've got a lot of resources very, very close together here. I think this will be a perfect place for us to begin. So, we are going to want some trees, and initially we are going to want... We'll just come in here and have a little... actually, let's build it across there instead. And we'll have a little resource area built off to the side. That'll be our initial resource gathering area. Then we are going to want... possibly... Let's not make it that tall. It will make something like this. This will be our trap system. And then we'll have possibly a graveyard off from the main room. I'm not sure on this one. But we could do something like that. We can have a trap over there. Something maybe leading down into the graveyard and then coming out on the other side. That won't give us a perfect line of sight on shooting things in the graveyard, but I'm not worried too much about that in this instance. We could then have a nice big training room down here. Something like that. We don't necessarily need to make it an exact size, although that's always nice when we can. But that should be big enough for us, I think. We can then have, let's think, a simple little dormitory back here. And the same for our beast den initially. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to build the beast den straight away. I kind of like the idea, but I might wait. Now, it's going to take a little while for our imps to get all of this done, so I'm almost tempted to leave them to it and go explore with the keeper. But exploring with the keeper is sometimes a bit of a bad idea. It can lead to death. So, we'll just set that up in there. Then... You're coming with me, imp. That is annoying. Let's get rid of that straight away. Remove construction. There we go. That's better. Right, now, control the imp. Let us go. We need to find where everything is in this world so that we can crush it all. Now, unfortunately, imps don't have any particular special ability. It's fantastic to pick up animals like ravens early on because they see through trees. Much like elves, trees don't obscure their vision. Okay, this is the dwarvish homeland. What's down here then? Because this is a very long path. And it goes somewhere else. These are the kobolds, are they? Kobold is attacking me, so they're not friendly, even though they don't appear to be a good race. We'll just explore that all the way down there. Alright. Now, there are other dungeons. I mentioned that you can now have different sort of layers and height levels in the world, or Z levels for those who are familiar with Dwarf Fortress. I would very much like to show you some of those. There's at least one cemetery that's usually around a large human settlement. I'm not sure if that's always a guarantee, but I believe it is. I believe the human settlements will build them as part of their generation in most cases. There's also a town, like a subterranean town, that I believe Dark Elves live at, but I'm not sure if that's guaranteed on every map. I've never been there myself, I just happen to know that it exists. And the other one is a Sokoban level. Kind of harkens back to NetHack. If anyone doesn't know what Sokoban is, easiest way to describe it would be trying to strategically maneuver boulders to drop through holes in the floor. When the boulder drops, you can't get it back out, and you've kind of got to try and... The whole objective of the level is to get to the exit, but there's a specific way and order in which you have to put the boulders into the holes to make a viable path. And that if you move the wrong boulder into the wrong hole, then you basically lock yourself out and you can't complete the level. I'm not sure how hard the auto-generated, because they are automatically generated levels, they're not pre-designed, will be in this, but I'm very interested in finding out. Is there anything going to be done here? I'm actually not going to explore everything in these trees, not with an imp. I'll eventually get a raven and then I'll do it with that. But it appears that this is the edge of the mountain on this side. It's always good to see. Just get rid of that little bit of black there. Get rid of the fog of war everywhere I can, because it just irritates me to leave some. Down here we're fine. Does this go anywhere? All the way down. Oh, it starts to open up again. Oh, okay. So it wasn't a bad idea. Fantastic. I approve. What about over here? This is where some bridges show up. Okay. We've got some towns around here. I can see them on the map. Alright. Very good to know. You know what? Let's get a little bit closer and find out what's going on. I think this is the hayfield. Okay. Human settlement. Ah, I didn't mean to attack a cow. I'm sorry. I don't want to fight you. Please. No. Cows. No. Please. I'm fairly sure those cows teleported as well. I don't need to start a fight with magic cows. Thank you very much. This is back to where we've set up our dungeon. Great. We've set our dungeon up right next to the giant human knight settlement. That could have worked out better for us, honestly. Oh, Harpy Village. Yay! Though we didn't actually take any harpies last time, but we will try to do so this time. Anything else? Ooh, another cave. Is this going to be death? No, that's an ogre. Sorry, a cyclops. Bandits, alright. Anything else? Got something. Red dragon, please don't eat my imp. Red dragon, probably one of the most powerful small villains. Ah, here we are. Here's a cemetery. Okay, now, I could show it with this imp. The imp will die. Do I care enough about the imp not to intentionally murder it in a cemetery? Probably not. So we'll go and check that out. Another field, another human settlement by the looks of it. Very good. It's good to get all of these marked. Ah! I was killed by a tree spirit. No. Okay, well, I was going to show you this. Not anymore. Right, okay, well, we've got all of these things set up, so let's go ahead and start building them. We are going to want a training room in here. And as last time, we're going to put an eyeball in there. We'll want eyeballs pretty much in all of these locations. There we are. And we're going to want one up there as well. But we'll put it somewhere down there. Then dig away these trees. Right, okay. So, we want, first and foremost, I'm actually going to build a beast lair first this time. It's usually not the first thing that I build. Then we're going to build up our training room. We are going to want resources, so why don't we, for the iron, go and gather it from over here. There we are. And then we can go ahead and summon a free imp. There we go. Perfect. Now, unfortunately, this training room's efficiency is pretty bad, but it's about to get better once we add in all of the training locations at the sides. There we go. Though that is going to be far more iron than we have, so we are definitely going to need our imps to gather up the iron from outside now. There we go. Next up, we kind of do want that last one finished in there, really. We could gather up some of this. I'm not particularly keen on that just yet, though. What I want is to bring this up here. We will gather up this gold, at least mine the tiles. But realistically, what I would like... Well, actually, I can see how I could make this into a very nice sort of throne library area. There we go. Something along those lines should work well. Then I can fill this in and have it like a double door sort of thing. I think that would work quite well. We'll gather this iron from the outside, simply because I don't want to have to deal with the shape of it in the dungeon itself. For the same reason, we'll gather this stone from the outside and this stone from the outside as well. There we are. Right, well, we can go ahead and place down the treasure room. I think what we'll do is we'll actually have the treasure room at the back, past the throne room. That makes all sorts of sense. Yes, I like this plan. We're not going to need a treasure room nearly this big, but we could line it with statues. That works out well. Yes, I very much like this. Okay, right, well, we want to get some torches going. Got one there, there, and there. I'll pop a torch in here, may as well. Then we're going to want plenty of torches in the library area. Now we should have some stone, which means I can go ahead and fill up this part of the tunnel. And we've got some wolves. Fantastic. Now the thing you can do with the wolves is if you go to the leader of a wolf pack. I don't actually want to do that. But, take that away. If you go to the leader of a wolf pack, Rock, I can just tell it not to explore if I don't want it to go out there and cause me any trouble. That'll be probably a more useful way of doing that. Though, that said, I do want to control the wolf pack at the moment. Will you please go and train? Steejo, stop being so bloody lazy. There we go. Right, wolf pack. Let's grab you, command you. We're going to go down into the cemetery with the wolf pack. I could go and kill things right now to get a little bit of extra mana. Not too much point as we don't have a library yet. Unfortunately, the wolves can't see through the trees. I actually feel that wolves probably should be able to. They're at least as likely to be able to navigate through forest as a raven is. But I suppose the idea with the raven is that it's flying. So it's looking over the trees rather than just be better able to navigate and to peer through the trees of a forest. Right, there we go. let's head down. This actually might not be a graveyard. I think it is, though. Oh, you get water level 34 water elementals. Okay, this is not a graveyard. Shall we use the says? I'm dead. Okay. Wolf was killed. The rest of you wolves, yeah. You might want to just come back. Because I don't really... I would prefer it if you would not... Let's just tell you not to explore for now, shall we? Just come back, go to sleep. Don't anger the local population. I don't want to have to deal with that right now. Just, all of you, come back, please. Don't explore. Okay, never mind. Bandit's killed by a wolf. Okay, oh, okay, well, you know what? I take it back. I take it all back. Bandy is very happy. I approve of this. Pop everyone in here. Command. Oh no! Get up there. I thought I was controlling the right one. I was not. Okay, let's slay the bandits. Just get rid of them for now. Any more bandits that we can slay? There we go. You know what? Actually, don't kill them all if you can avoid it. Did you kill every single one? Ah, no. They would have been a great source of weapons and gold for me. You fool. Oh well, that's one group completely conquered. I suppose it could be worse. Okay, well, let's get the imps out to gather all of that. We're going to need a graveyard straight away. I'm a little bit sad that we've already taken out the bandits, because they would have been useful to keep around. Bloody bloodthirsty wolves. Okay, right, well, may as well get down there, gather up all of the good stuff. Fetch me all of the stuff from the bandits, please. All of the stuff from the bandits. After you finished mining, I guess. Let's go ahead and add in 1 or 2 more. We'll just take it up to 5, actually. Okay, hopefully they'll get down there and they'll start gathering all of that stuff as soon as they've finished over here, because then they'll have no other jobs to do. We're not actually at full population. I think we've got so many wolves right now that they've taken up all of the rooms in our beast den. Well done. Go grab more stuff. We are definitely going to need somewhere where we can start storing this. Should have thought of that. Okay, well, we'll bring that up. We'll build a large equipment area just across here. That should be easy enough done. There we go. And we'll build out our treasure room in here. Like so. And then set up all of these statues that I'm going to want. Because we are going to want a lot of them. There we are. Perfect. We're going to need a lot of gold to be able to do this. You get. There we are. Right, how are my minions doing with collecting all of the stuff from down here? Hopefully we're not losing too many people. We've lost a cave bear so far, but that isn't too terribly bad, all things considered. We will then fill this out as the equipment storage room. And, oh, that's not so good. Should have collected that gold before we filled that in. My lord. There we are. The throne is going to be there, I think. And we'll just bring the library all the way up to the edge. I'll just have the throne. Yeah, we'll have the throne in the library. These will be doors here. Now, unfortunately, the bandits don't count as an enemy town. You need to have destroyed a village to get a throne. Let's get a little bit more. There we go. Right, well, that actually all worked out fairly well. Though, again, we have lost an opportunity to gather a lot of easy money there. Because the bandits would have repeatedly attacked, and as a result, brought more gold, more weapons over time. But they're a fairly low-level enemy, so it does tend to help if you just grind on them. If you just keep them around so that your minions can continually level up on a fairly low-risk opponent. Start taking down these trees as well. We shouldn't need too much time to get everything sorted. I'm not going to start bringing in regular units just yet, though. I think we'll go with the regular beasts for the time being. There we are, a little bit more. I'm going to try and avoid cutting down all of the trees too quickly, else we're going to have an issue with tree spirits. The tree spirits tend to spawn a little bit less frequently, though, because there's now a tree spirit town. So, as a result, you don't tend to... Oh, no! A raven was killed by a peasant. But you don't tend to have as much issue with it. But our raven has actually done a really good job of exploring for us and showing us what's out there to deal with. Got a couple of secrets in these areas. Cave Bear off to explore the nearest cave again, which is the Cyclops cave, which is significantly better than it going all the way to the Dragon Cave. That would be bad. But we're going to need some very high level units to be able to take on whatever it is that lives in there. And it's killed a bear again. This is going to be a theme, I feel. Alright, have we brought back all of the gear from down there? It looks like we have. Which is actually very, very good. Let's check on our units. You've got a good sword. Does our werewolf have a good sword? Yes, he does. Fantastic. So does our vampire. And so does our keeper. All things told, not too bad. Not too bad at all, actually. Right, but on that note, we're going to be wrapping up this episode. I do hope you've enjoyed it and are looking forward to the next. But until then, and as always, do take care.